Hi, my name is Jake, and I am a bookish drummer. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about a book that I read just last week, and it's easily one of the best books that I've ever read. I loved it so much. It's Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. In many ways, I feel like this book was written for someone like me because I love classic rock music, and that's kind of what this book is centered around. You've got this band made up of a whole bunch of cast of characters, which I'll get into, called the Six, and you've got a singer, kind of a troubled singer named Daisy Jones, who eventually joins the band. And I can't really discuss this book without talking about the audiobook that I read along with it. The audiobook was fantastic. It's one of those audiobooks that gets a full cast. Every character is voiced by a different voice actor, and it really brought the story to life for me. And the book is written in sort of a documentary style where the members of the band are answering questions, and the way that the audiobook goes, each character has its own voice actor, and after a while you just get kind of used to hearing the voices for these different characters where you didn't even really need like an introduction for them. You're just like, oh, that's Warren, okay, that's definitely Daisy. I loved how all of the characters had their own unique personality and their own way of viewing the world and viewing how they are a part of the band. And of course, this is bookish drummer, so I am a drummer, and I did enjoy the character Warren, the drummer of the band. I won't say he's a standout character because the book is mainly focused on Daisy Jones and Billy, but I definitely enjoyed whatever he had to say, especially when it came to drumming and his kind of take on how he fits in the band. I definitely relate to it. He's just kind of like, I'm going to show up, I'm going to do my job, and I'm going to have fun doing it. I don't really care about all this drama. I'm just here to drum. I will say this is a 5-star book for me, and it's pretty much damn near perfect. The only thing that I didn't quite like is that the bassist, I think his name is Pete, he's barely mentioned in the book, and he literally only has one line in the book at the very end where he basically just says, yeah, I don't really want to talk about this. I kind of wish we would have gotten more stuff from him, you know, sprinkled throughout the book, because every other member of the band has many lines, but he doesn't really get talked about like at all. I did like Graham, who is the brother to Billy, and he's sort of the rhythm guitar player. And I did like Eddie, who is the kind of lead guitar player. As far as their character, they pretty much stay consistent throughout the whole book. They're not the most compelling characters in the story. I liked Warren better because I can relate to him as a drummer. And I just think that Daisy Jones' story and Billy's story were more compelling. I also really liked Karen's story and her personality. She's the keyboard player. I really enjoyed her character. And Billy's girlfriend, who later turns into his wife, Camila, she's great as well. And her kind of arc through the story is great. I don't want to get into too much detail here. I don't want to spoil anything because I think this is a kind of book that you should just go into knowing the general premise, that it's about this band and they get a new singer and they make it big time. I will say that I definitely noticed many parallels to one of my favorite classic rock bands, Fleetwood Mac. And basically their album that they have in the book, Aurora, is essentially Rumors, which is one of the best selling albums of all time. And basically every song on that album is a classic rock radio staple. It's one of those books where I started it kind of late at night thinking like, okay, I'll probably just read a few chapters and then, I'll go to bed. But man, I stayed up till way past my bedtime trying to finish this book. I eventually did fall asleep, and then I woke up very early the next morning to finish it. And man, this book is just one of those rare books that like I'm reading it and I have a smile on my face the whole time because I'm loving every minute of it. And this book has inspired me to attempt to make my top 10 books of all time, of any genre. I want to make that list. I have made a list in the past, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to update it because this book is amazing. And this is also the very first Taylor Jenkins Reid book I've read. I know she has another book called The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I own that book and I am very anxious to read it. Obviously, I doubt it's about classic rock. Maybe it's written in a similar format. If so, I'll probably get the audiobook and listen to that as well. I am very excited to read it. And I won't get into it here, but I really enjoyed the ending, especially just the very last page was a very good way to sum it up, and I really enjoyed it. This is a book that I can definitely picture myself rereading probably like once a year, just every year, because I kind of want to reread it now. I have no idea if there's any plans to turn this into a movie or a TV show, but I would watch it in a heartbeat. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have you guys read the book? What did you think of it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you meh about it? I want to know down in the comments below. Please. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching and have a terrific day.